all 2023, Bitcoin has been going up. So you know what? I'll give my bullish case in support of that going into 2024. Today, we're going to talk about what countries Bitcoin are growing in. We got IBM stepping in the mix with some new innovation. And then I'll give you some advice on what to watch out for as far as scams. Welcome back to another episode of Where the Money At. You know we're keeping it rocking and rolling. So let me share my screen and let's get right into it. Let's pull up CoinGecko here. And we got Bitcoin sitting right at 43,300, still up 15% on the week, having a tear. Ethereum is at 23.58. We got BNB sitting at $232. XRP sitting at 64 cents and Solana sitting at $68.60. But really quickly, before we dive into the daily price action for Bitcoin, I want to show y'all something. We got Bitcoin up 15% on the week, Ethereum up 15% on the week. But one thing I want you to notice is when Bitcoin goes up a little bit, altcoins seem to follow more at a higher rate. We got some of these coins. I haven't really been looking down here too much, but let's look. We got Avalanche up 23% in the last 7 days. Cardano up 21%. Let's go down. Let's go down. I know they got some ridiculous numbers. We got Ethereum Classic up 18%. Near Protocol up 20% on the week. Mantle up 20%. Never heard of that. We got Optimism up damn near 30%. TIA up 51%. I'm not even sure what that is. Stacks up 41%. WEMIX WeMix is up 60%. Terra Luna Classic, which is a platform that failed, is up 70%. So really quickly, Terra Luna is a platform that people put money in and you had to lock it in there, and it failed. This is a company that went bankrupt and lost everybody's money, and it went up 70%. That shows you how ridiculous people's mindset is in cryptocurrency. This is a coin that went bankrupt and people are still investing in it off of pure speculation. So that's something I want you to watch out for. I'm glad I came down and talked about that because people will still, you know what, I'll leave it alone. I don't think people should invest in something that already went bankrupt. It has nothing to do but go down. But all coins pump when Bitcoin pumps. And that's a great example right there. But let's get into the price action really quickly. So one thing I wanted to notice is how high the price of Bitcoin went up, surpassing the 200 earning moving average. I mean, it's up there. And if you take a step back, if you look, once we're above the 200 EMA, we're really, really above it. And once we're below it, we are really, really below it. Now, it jabs up sometimes, it comes down below and pops back up, but it's pretty definite. So that's something I want to pay attention to. So really quickly, let's get into a Yahoo Finance video, and it's an individual discussing Bitcoin and what's going on. Let me make sure I'm sharing my screen.
Got started down here. I mean, we've been hearing about this for months, but the anticipation really led to this latest launch up. We had Bitcoin stuck at about 30,000. So I think a lot of this news is already baked in, but I think the momentum is there to keep Bitcoin alive. I think the winter is done. I don't think we're ever going to see 20,000 again. You can quote me on that. And I think it's off to the races.
You know, it's interesting because we also got some commentary from Robin's CEO.
So you hear how they're talking. Man said, I don't think we'll ever see 20,000 again. And that's crazy talk inside of crypto because nothing is certain inside of crypto. And I don't want you listening to these mainstream media people like just because he's sitting there don't mean he knows shit. He probably does. He's probably very well educated on the subject, but that doesn't necessarily mean he knows everything he's talking about. He's probably just talking. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know we've had a very, very, very solid 2023, and we have, let me hotkey it. We have gone up roughly 170%, but just the year before that, we came down 75%. So what if we went down another 75% from here? We would be at $10,000. Who's to say that can't happen? So my point is, let's not forget how volatile this asset class is compared to other classes. Compared to other asset classes. Let's look at it. If you had $1 million, let's say we have $1 million in each asset class. If you had $1 million in cash in the bank, could you go to your bank tomorrow and pull it all out? No. You know what I'm saying? You probably can't pull more than 20,000 out before they start raising questions. raising flags, asking questions. They probably think you probably getting blackmailed or something like that. Like, you're gonna have issues pulling that $1 million out. That's cash. Let's talk about $1 million in real estate. If you had $1 million worth of real estate, let's say over 2 or 3 properties, and you try to liquidate that into cash, which how soon could you do that? It would take a while. Stocks the same way. If you had $1 million portfolio in stocks, how long would it take you to liquidate that? If you had $1 million worth of Bitcoin, how long would it take you to liquidate that? You could do that like that. That's how quickly you can get in and out of this asset class. So I don't want anybody here thinking that cryptocurrency is just super, super solid and it's not volatile anymore. One day, maybe it will be after more regulation and more infrastructure gets built. Maybe it may take longer, but at the current moment, it's very liquid, very volatile. So watch out for that. And I don't want these guys to give you the big head. So, you may pile in and put all your life savings in at the top. And then, we go down another 50%, because it's possible. Another 50% down from here is 22,000, which is very doable. We were just there in March. We were just there. So I want everybody to be careful and keep looking. But that's it as far as price action. Let's get into the no. We're not getting into the news yet. Let's get into my bullish case. So he's talking very, very, very bullish. So let's talk bullish. Like, I believe we're in the camp that we may have further price action to go down, or we could just grind sideways. I'm not of the camp that we're going straight up, but let's entertain it because there are several factors that could support that. So let's get into it. We already got bullish momentum. We're already up so much on the year. So who's to say that can't continue? Because we are highly above the 200 EMA. So we got momentum. We're above the 200 EMA. Let's say all these ETF approvals do get approved, because these are all the companies waiting for a spot ETF approval, and everybody believes they're going to get approved early 2024. So let's say they all get approved 2024. You know what I'm saying? And it gives positive momentum. 2024 is an election year inside of the US. That tends to send the stock market higher. And one of my final points is, let's say that the US federal fund rates begin to get paused. You know what I'm saying? So normally when we pause, there's a little bit of an uptick. So the yellow dots I have for the S&P 500s are pauses. So you can see back in 2018, we paused and we went higher. We rallied for a while. In 2006, we paused interest rates. We rallied for a while. And we paused and rallied. So all of these are positive factors that could propel Bitcoin to new heights. And it could be, the next bull run. And then the end of that bull run could be when they start to cut rates. And then the year after that, we're kind of back where we were. My chart's kind of looking kind of weird. All right. So that's my bullish case. So, you want to prepare for every case that you kind of can in your head. You want to prepare for if we go up. You want to prepare for if we go down. You want to prepare for if we go sideways. You want to have a plan for all that. That's kind of my biggest point. It doesn't matter what I believe is going to happen, because the market going to do what it's going to do. You know what I'm saying? And that's the beautiful part about it. We can't predict what's going to happen. And everybody's playing a game. And everybody has a strategy. And we're going to see who wins after it's all said and done. And that's the game. You know what I'm saying? It's very competitive. I want to see you invest and make more money than me. You know what I'm saying? I want everybody to win, but I got that competitive nature in me, and I hope you do too. None of this is financial advice, but let's get into the news. And my last quick thought before we get into the news is, when you start getting involved in cryptocurrency, you may start getting emails. Like, you'll have to sign up for particular exchanges. So I'm pretty sure they sell information. So you're going to start getting emails dealing with cryptocurrency, and that it may be an email saying, huge liquidation. This website will be going down in 24 hours. Make sure you pull your crypto out. And they may have a strange link in there. So be careful of that. You know what I'm saying? Just, you really got to have a keen eye for BS and nonsense when you get inside of crypto, because there's a lot of people trying to take your money. Scam emails. People will message you on social networks, Instagram, Twitter. Be very, very careful on Discord. If you're in cryptocurrency, you've already seen this. You know what I'm saying? If you follow a big popular YouTuber, there will be some fake discourse that come out in their name and they want you to donate to them or whatever. Hopefully I get popular enough to where people want to spam me, spoof me or whatever, but it is what it is. So be careful for that. So let's get into the news. Brazil is getting a lot of attention. We talked about it in maybe 1 or 2 episodes back about a new cryptocurrency exchange opening in Brazil. But let's get into the news that came out yesterday. Circle and Nubank unite to give USDC access to Brazilian users. Circle collaborates with Nubank to grant access to USDC and other product on Nubank's cryptocurrency platform to 85 million customers in Brazil. USDC from Circle is an example of a top certified dollar stablecoin. This serves as an initial phase in its relation to their goals. Nubank, on its part, is one of the biggest digital financial platforms internationally, and it caters to 90 million customers throughout Brazil, Mexico, and Colombia. So Circle is giving USDC opportunities to Brazilian users. So they're really, really building in Brazil. And our next story is also about Brazil. Itaú Unibanco rolls out cryptocurrency trading for Brazilian customers. They really putting in work right now. The biggest private bank in Brazil, we'll call it IU, has launched cryptocurrency trading services for its clientele, making a brave move into the future. By giving clients access to the dynamic world of digital assets, the move is expected to drastically alter the financial environments in Brazil. Bitcoin and Ether are the 2 popular cryptocurrencies that Itaú will initially make accessible via financial service platform ION. The bank hopes to eventually make this option available to all customers. Its assets currently surpass 400 billion. So 2 or 3 episodes, we talked about infrastructure being built in Brazil. And as you can see, Circle giving USDC access to Brazil. So you know what's following this: more stable coins, more financial products based off of cryptocurrency, and probably Bitcoin and Ether itself. Bitcoin and Ether are starting to get become available to retail customers in Brazil. And after that, you know what comes after that: the altcoins, the XRPs, the Stellars, the Solanas, the Avalanches. So innovation is being built. So that's what gives me so much hope about the future of this space. You know what I'm saying? We want as many people to have access to cryptocurrency as possible, because that means more people can invest in Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, XRP, Solana, Cardano, Dogecoin, and all the top coins. And then there's going to be a million people getting in on these altcoins as well. So that's where a lot of the opportunity comes, because you see this coin, I've heard of it, but I never looked into it before. Bonk has gone up 166% in the last 7 days. This Pepe is going up 40%. You know what I'm saying? Beam has gone up 61%. When this really kicks off, because we've had a very, very slow, positive, gradual change, but we have a large candle right here. When this really kicks off, these 7-day moves will start to become 24-hour moves. Believe me, if you haven't been a part of it, it's going to be beautiful, and you want to be in the game before it starts happening so you can reap the benefits when it does happen. You know what I'm saying? This is what we're talking about. But I want everybody to be patient, and I want everybody to have as much information as they can to stay safe, because a lot of these coins aren't going to do this. You know what I'm saying? Some coins will go to zero. You know what I'm saying? So you have to have a good eye on what's going to do what, but you got to be in the game to learn that and see that. So Brazil's building. It looks like they got a lot going on down there. And finally, IBM unveils novel cold storage technology for crypto assets. So what is cold storage? Okay, so what is storage period? When you have coins and you have them in your own custody, like let's say you buy Bitcoin on Coinbase and you leave it on Coinbase. Coinbase is the custody for your coins. They have the storage. When you buy a Ledger or a Trezos wallet and you transfer it from Coinbase to your wallet, you're the custodian. That's typically called cold storage, away from something else. But cold storage is actually defined as storage of digital assets offline. So we call Trezos and Ledger cold storage, but it's really still hot because I believe it still has a connection to the internet. Cold storage has no connection to the internet, and it's sitting there standing alone. So IBM unveils novel cold storage technology for crypto assets. IBM has introduced a cryptographic signing technology designed for managing digital assets in cold storage, a move aimed at mitigating risk associated with manual processes while maintaining a secure distance from internet connections. OSO, the technology is called OSO. OSO is designed to enhance the security of high-value transactions through various layers, including disconnected network operations, time-based security measures, and electronic transaction approvals involving multiple stakeholders. So let's get into it. So cold storage, while a secure method, has limitations stemming from potential human interactions such as internal malfeasance, coercive attacks, operational errors involving data center administrators, and even pen and paper approaches as highlighted by IBM. So when you do transfers, right? If you're in cryptocurrency, you transfer crypto back and forth. So you transfer it from one address to another address. If you enter the wrong address by one number, like say you type the whole address out and you enter the wrong address, you will send that cryptocurrency to the wrong address and you will never be able to get it again. That's why self-custody is so important. You know what I'm saying? But you have it's what am I trying to say? Self-custody is very nuanced, you know what I'm saying? And it's very tedious and it's nerve-wracking because what if you have a $4,000 Bitcoin transfer and you're transferring it to your wallet and you're typing it in manually? If you enter one character numeral wrong, you will lose that $4,000. So that's just where we are currently in cryptocurrency. But in the future, as industries evolve and transform, there's going to be new methods, there's going to be new processes, new infrastructure to make things like that easier and more streamlined. So, but right now, that's just where we are. And that's what they're talking about. Cold storage has limitations, and just transferring a lot of things in cryptocurrency has limitations. So let's say you have a wallet, you have a 24 seed phrase to access that wallet. If you lose that seed phrase, you no longer have access to that wallet and any of the assets that you held in there. So, and that's just where we are. You know what I'm saying? It sounds scary, it sounds bad, but once you get used to it, you're not necessarily so worried about it, because after a while you'll start to, do things like copy and paste or have your addresses saved already, you know what I'm saying, with the history that you sent it to, you know what I'm saying? So that's just where we are in crypto, and that's the things that we have to deal with. But it's a part of the game, and I love playing it, and you'll grow to love playing it too. And then while we're in it, we're going to be a part of the streamlining. So 2 years from now, we may not even be entering our own addresses in. It may be a thumbprint, you know what I'm saying, or a pin, you know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. So this is a quick video. I just wanted to reach out to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Hit that subscribe button, and I'm going to holler at y'all.